Straight ahead on CCX News, the legislative session is underway. What local lawmakers hope to accomplish and what it could mean for the New Hope pool. Plus, the latest on a fire in Plymouth that proved challenging for firefighters and what Monday's icy snow mix has meant to one Crystal body shop. CCX News starts right now. Taxes, guns, elder abuse, the Min-Lars mess, all are expected to be prominent issues as the Minnesota legislative session gets underway. Hello, I'm Mike Jones.
And I'm Alexandra Renslow. Local lawmakers will play a prominent role in the 90th legislative session. Here's a breakdown. Republicans hold a 77 to 57 seat edge over DFLers in the House. Republican Joyce Pepin of Rogers is second in command as House Majority Leader, and Democrat Melissa Hortman of Brooklyn Park is House Minority Leader. In the Minnesota Senate, Warren Limmer of Maple Grove is a senior ranking member as President Pro Tem. The Republicans hold a narrow 34 to 33 majority, but that's in legal limbo due to questions on whether Senate President Michelle Fischbach can hold two positions. You might remember she was also appointed Lieutenant Governor by DFL Governor Mark Dayton. Local lawmakers will also be fighting for local projects to be part of this year's bonding bill.
Reporter Shannon Slatton takes a look at a few that are on the wish list.
The first day of the legislative session is largely ceremonial, with local lawmakers hopeful about the session ahead and that local projects receive the funding they need.
In the even year of the biennium, that's when we tackle the bonding bill. So this is all our capital improvement projects, and that can include everything from roads and bridges, like the Rockford Road project, to things like building and other infrastructure.
Representative Sarah Anderson is referring to reconstructing the County Road 9 or Rockford Road Bridge over 494. This area is congested every day and averages more than 30 accidents each year.
To qualify for bonding, it has to be a statewide or regional issue. So when we reference the New Hope pool, it's located in New Hope. It'll be owned by New Hope, but it's of regional significance.
You'll hear lawmakers talking about the New Hope pool as the New Hope Regional Pool in hopes it can receive bonding money. When the city announced plans to replace the current 50-meter pool with one half its size, swimmers from all over the metro responded.
It's always booked from swim teams all over the region and even the state for swim meets over the course of the year. So, I think it is a regional amenity.
The ask to complete the New Hope Regional Pool project is $2 million. It's one of many worthwhile projects that could get a boost in a bonding year.
Hopefully, we could get the New Hope pool in there, but quite honestly, there'd be a lot of competition for those dollars.
Much of the debate will focus on what will be included in the Public Works bonding bill. The governor has proposed $1.5 billion. At the state capitol, Shannon Slatton, CCX News.
Meanwhile, there will soon be an open house seat in District 44B, which includes a southern section of Plymouth. Representative John Applebaum has announced that he is not seeking re-election, and in making that decision, Applebaum says he wants to put his focus on being a new dad as well as his private legal practice. Applebaum gained attention last year after introducing a bill to legalize marijuana in Minnesota.
In an interview with CCX News, U.S. Senator Tina Smith says she is disappointed a deal on DACA most likely won't be reached before the looming March 5th deadline. She made those comments last Friday while touring Northport Elementary in Brooklyn Center. The school also has a large immigrant population, and we're told some parents are concerned. The Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program allows for some people who were brought here as children illegally to stay in this country to go to school and to work. Senator Smith says there needs to be a pathway for citizenship for them.
Right now, all over Minnesota, there are people that literally do not know what is going to happen to them in less than 3 weeks, and I think that that is wrong, and I'm sure that it affects kids and schools all over Minnesota, including in this school today.
Northport administrators say they are aware that some parents are concerned over DACA. However, they are leaving it up to district officials to decide how to handle the situation.
A new report out today shows a sudden jump in Minnesotans without health insurance. This despite gains in the economy. The report by the Minnesota Department of Health shows nearly 116,000 people in Minnesota lost health coverage over the past 2 years. That marks an abrupt turnaround after health coverage gains. The spike is attributed to people losing a job that offered coverage, as well as those who exited the individual market due to higher insurance premiums, which have risen significantly over the last 2 years.
A fire in Plymouth destroyed a garage and 2 cars, but it could have been worse. Firefighters were able to save the large house attached to a garage in the 5100 block of Upland Lane. The fire broke out after 6 p.m. on Sunday night. Fire had engulfed the garage and was starting to burn into the home's attic when firefighters arrived. Getting to the house was a challenge because of a long, narrow driveway.
Well, it was difficult because there's actually an interesting setback here. To get to this address off of the road, you have to come in a driveway that is relatively hidden between 2 houses. So you can see the fire coming off of Vicksburg. It backs right to Vicksburg, but trying to come up Upland and trying to figure out how to get to the house was a little bit difficult.
Another issue was the gas line that went through the garage and helped fuel the fire. Smoke detectors alerted residents who got out safely. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. The auto body business is booming this winter.
A Monday evening, slippery conditions helped fuel business. Emily Ragoose stopped by a Crystal shop and caught them working on some recent fender benders.
Minnesota winter roads can at times feel like a slip and slide.
I guess for us, we haven't had a ton of snow, it seems like, but the snowfalls have been kind of strategically placed around rush hours and whatnot, so business has been great.
Icy snow came down on President's Day, creating a slick situation for drivers and keeping Thomas Auto Body in Crystal busy.
We're a smaller shop, and I mean, for our size, it's been quite a few, I'd say around 20. But the bigger shops, I mean, the sky's the limit.
Owner Kenny Roble says they'll actually be busier a few days after a storm.
People don't get in accidents every day, so they don't really know where to go, you know. So it kind of takes them a little time to start the process, and then once they call us, we help them through it.
Roble says they've mainly been dealing with fender benders, not major accidents. He says if you find yourself in a car crash, make sure everyone is okay, then call your insurance company. And auto body shops like Roble's are prepared for your call.
We just prep ourselves for longer hours. This is our bread and butter time of the year, so we, you know, it's business as usual, like I said. This is winter, so we kind of are used to it up here in Minnesota.
In Crystal, Emily Ragoose, CCX News.
And Roble says they've seen an average $2,000 repair bill with cars in the shop for around 5 days.
Still ahead on CCX News, we head to the Wayzata District's newest school for today's School Spotlight.
Plus, after losing in the team's first meeting, the Hopkins girls basketball team dominates against Wayzata in the rematch.
But first, plenty of sunshine Wednesday with highs in the 20s. The rapid rise of new homes in the northwest part of Plymouth led to the construction of Meadow Ridge Elementary School in 2016.
And it didn't take long for the school to reach capacity. In today's School Spotlight, Delane Cleveland takes us inside the newest school in the Wayzata School District.
Meadow Ridge is just a fantastic place to learn and also to work.
Every day, 850 students in grades K through 5 make their way to Meadow Ridge Elementary in Plymouth.
Okay, but where's your partner?
The school isn't even 2 years old, but staff members here have high expectations for what students should accomplish.
We want to help children be successful academically, as well as socially and physically. And so we focus on those pieces of the Cardinal Code.
Karen Keffler is principal of Meadow Ridge, and she says the Cardinal Code consists of respect, responsibility, compassion, and mindfulness.
Kindness is so important. The ability to work in a group, the ability to problem solve, the ability to have a conflict with somebody and resolve it in a way that is peaceful and good for everyone involved. So that's part of our Cardinal Code.
To help carry out the Cardinal Code, The school implemented a program called Mixer Families, where students in different grades come together in small groups once a month and get to know each other. A couple of first graders we spoke with provided positive reviews.
I like it because it brings people together and we get to learn about other people's cultures and where they're from. It's fun because if you meet them again, you can just say their name without even saying hey and stuff.
The program is one of the highlights of Meadow Ridge's second year as the school tries to build a community. But a community isn't the only thing being built.
This building was actually built for 700 students, and we are currently 850. So we have had to modify some learning spaces.
However, a long-term solution is on the way. Construction began in November on 10 new classrooms to accommodate the extra students.
I truly appreciate the teachers and the families who've been so flexible in that, yes, we are pretty crowded and we are making it work and we're having fun.
But above all else, they're providing students with tools they'll carry with them for years to come.
We want to inspire our kids. We want to build compassion and help them create a love of learning that will last forever.
In Plymouth, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
Construction on the new addition to Meadow Ridge Elementary should be complete by July 1st. Still ahead, a way to get exercise and act like a lumberjack.
But first, Maranatha Christian Academy meets Holy Family in a clash of top 10 girls basketball teams. John Jacobson has the highlights coming up next.
I'm John Jacobson with sports. Maranatha Christian Academy's girls basketball team is now in Class 2A. They look to continue a run of state appearances made in Class A. Fourth-ranked Maranatha faced a potential section opponent Monday as they hosted sixth-ranked Holy Family. MCA's Keshada Barth Lofton hits the jumper, scoring 2 baskets in the game's first minute to make it 4-0 Mustangs. Maranatha likes to get out and run, and the pass here ahead to Desiree Ware. The 8th grader lays it in for 2 of her 8 first-half points. Mustangs lead by 6. But the fire rallies. Julia Gear is effective in the low post. She scores 2 of her 10 first-half points. Game is tied at 30 at halftime. Second half, Maranatha pulls ahead. Leading scorer Jacqueline Jarnot drills a 3-pointer on her way to a 22-point game. Mustangs lead by 6. Another transition basket here. Izzy Flory to Kylie Post, who takes it the rest of the way and scores 2 of her 12 points. Then it's Jarnot from the perimeter, putting the ball on the floor and driving for 2 more. And MCA leads by 11. Holy Family scores a flurry of points late to put a scare into the Mustangs. Shea Thompson with a 3 here for the Fire. They get as close as 4 in the final minute. But Maranatha prevails for a 70-65 win. The Mustangs are now 21-4. Cooper is hoping to make its first ever state tournament appearance this season in girls basketball. The Hawks are in Class 3A now, and they hosted Chanhassen in a Metro West Conference game. Highlights from this one: Storm jumping out to an early lead. Maddie Ragnow there giving Chanhassen a 7-2 lead. But back comes Cooper. Kiara Wheeler rebounding the miss off of Asia Wheeler's shot to score, and then Asia Wheeler attacking. She'll get her own rebound this time and put it up and in. She had 14 points in the game. Wheeler then with an assist, setting up Sierra Lynch for the baseline drive for another 2. Cooper dominates, and they lead at 38-15 at halftime. Second half, and it's freshman guard Andrea Tribble with a 3-pointer for Cooper. They don't allow Chanhassen a chance to rally in this one. They win 70-40. They're now 22-2 in the season, and they clinch the conference title as well with that win. 2 of the top 4A girls basketball teams in the state, Wayzata and Hopkins, met on Friday. Wayzata took round 1. Hopkins looking for a little revenge in the rematch. Wayzata's Jasmine Smiley with a 3 with a defender right in her face in the early going. But this is mostly Hopkins' night. Paige Beckers maneuvers to open space, hits from long distance there for the Royals. And then the defensive pressure here steps up. Jade Presley a steal. Ahead to Kayla Adams for the hoop. It's 22-9 Royals. Adam threads the needle to Beckers, and she scores underneath. Big night for Beckers on the game. Smiley with a jump shot at the horn for Wayzata, but it's Hopkins leading 41-19 at halftime. Amaya Battle with a short baseline jumper early in the second half as the Royals continue their roll. Angie Hammond will score inside. Hopkins starting the second half on a 12-0 run. Raina Suggs will drive for the scoop shot for the Royals. They continue to dominate. Becker scores 28 points in this game. Hopkins dominates. They win it big, 69-38 over Wayzata. Spots in the team portion of the state wrestling tournament are up for grabs over the weekend. Most of the teams in our area are in Section 5-3A. Maple Grove facing Buffalo in one of the semifinals. Tyler Rangel gets a key win for the Crimson. He pins Ben Rohr in the 132-pound match to even the score at 12. After falling behind, Buffalo grabs the lead back. Fifth-ranked Jacob Scherber pins Jonah Rodvik at 195 pounds. It's 27-26 Bison. But Maple Grove wins the last two matches. Isaac Bamer shoots for the takedown on the way to a 9-4 win over Hunter Hedricks at 220. As Maple Grove wins 35-27 to move into the finals. That sent the Crimson against the top seed, St. Michael Albertville, for the final. Good start for Maple Grove. Top-ranked Joey Thompson with the cradle on Johnny Milsner for a quick pin in the 106-pound match. The Knights answer with 3 pins of their own. Number 1, Patrick McKee takes Simeon Painter in the 126-pound match. That makes it 18-6 Knights. Gavin Peterson with a takedown against Kyle Elke on his way to a 7-1 victory at 138 pounds. But Maple Grove wins just 3 matches. STMA gets a win in a matchup of top 10 wrestlers at 182. Gabe Anderson with a late takedown in the final seconds to beat Evan Hall 4-3. And the Knights roll to a 54-12 win. They're going back to state again. Live boys basketball tonight, Tuesday on CCX, as Maple Grove hosts Osseo at 7:30. Alex and Mike, back to you.
Boy, that sounds like a good one. Thank you, John. Up next, time to break out the flannel.
An opportunity to embrace the cold, work up a sweat, but most importantly, look like a lumberjack. We'll be right back.
Finally, your chance to act like a lumberjack, get some exercise, and perhaps chase Babe the Blue Ox.
The second annual Sota Lumberjack 5K takes place on Saturday at 1 p.m. at Brookview Golden Valley. We're told the most competitive part of the event isn't the 5K, but the attire. There are awards for best costume. In fact, pit stops are encouraged during the run, allowing you to replenish with a frothy libation, courtesy of the Brookview beverage cart. The event is $40 if you sign up before race day, with a portion of the proceeds going to children's Minnesota hospitals and clinics. I'm sure that's a good time. The pictures are fun to see.
That's great plaid. Beards,
yes.
Not required, but recommended.
Helpful.
Maybe.
Right,
yeah.
right. That does it for us. Thanks so much for joining us.
And we'll see you back here again Wednesday, starting at 4.